want to eat some MREs and some military rations, along with the typical dinner,
Don't worry, I'm clean.
because I'm cooking, said Adam.
We are seriously the coolest.
And then Master Chief and Brad Hawk
Come on, it's just.
and Marcus Phoenix replied
I love it.
at the same time, yes, we do want to eat that marvelous dinner.
We should go shopping more.
The end.
What a great day.
Stop record. Take script. Replay. Share selected. Social. Beyond that. S capital. Field start. F cap. R capital. T cap G. A E space W S G B B G T R R W S A D space G A H A F W S Hawk space W W Q A F F R E D F G B N space A J A G Jason G
Stop booking me for video games.
E S H S O Y T R F A H F D S E S S space F H F P O K F H F F player 1 space Q E T A N M J A F A S F F G T R E R F V C C B G A Y R E D F space.
So really,
V X E X E curse space field S space A F F D F A F F A N M space J G D F A F D F G H J M space M F B D A
We had broomsticks and
F D F R F
we made our own.
B C D F H
that reminds me of my father.
S space F A K upon P O U Y A Y O E O T U I O O Y H F D F H N N A Y U I T E D F X X space S D F H L F O O U T R E E space D C F Z A Z space F V B G curse E H cursor right E T U I
What you think is a better album title?
K
Pierceaholic or the Pierce
J.
Appearance?
space J U U M U Y space cur space V R F G G D A F F V B M M J G D E W E D S short story done. Upload disabled.
I just want to have a night where we can
Correct error.
I'll bet you're delicious.
The on-screen keyboard is displayed. G backspace G space back I F D E U F V X
I remember when this first came out.
space I M A D X S I S close keyboard Privacy. And the Jimmy. Upload. Play. Recently created. Saints Row, the third remastered.
Okay, bye then.
Control. Mute. Down. Upload selected. To move, press the up and uploads. Tab. Press cross for more items. Download/copies. Tab. Uploads. Tab. Press cross for more items. 2 of 2.
I'm sweating I'm sweating from my armpits, dude.
Upload selected. Uploads. Tab. Press cross for more items. 2 of 2.
Shit, dude.
Upload selected. Uploads. Tab. Press cross for more items.
That
2 of
story
2.
should be able to be uploaded.
When you don't use bounce, dryer heat can be a real monster. It turns clothes into static magnets for your hair. To stop it. If you want static resistant clothes,
Saved at the last minute.
Upload selected.
I saw heaven and hell.
Uploads.
Introduction.
Tab.
Before my conversion.
Cross for more items.
Hello everyone in the name of Jesus Christ.
You've been very well aware over the past few years that there has been an explosion of female-led stories being created within the world of entertainment at large. It's video games, it's TV shows, it's even movies as well. But there's also been another massive problem, which is that what usually leads these female-centric stories is almost always an underlying sense of what I can only call anger. As if these stories featuring women are not just meant to entertain, but to really impose, to change, and even ridicule the viewer into
Upload
compliance.
selected.
So today,
Upload.
I want to talk about the rise of feminism in
Press
video
pause
games,
for
as
more
well as
items.
just entertainment in
Tool
general,
two.
and the dark truth at the center of this whole discussion that the industry is clearly unwilling to face themselves. And what inspired this video was actually an unexpected source, that being Silent Hill F. In case you somehow don't know, Silent Hill is a horror franchise about individuals being transported to this bizarro world in Silent Hill, where their worst nightmares take physical form and then try to pull them down into the depths of nothingness. The newest game, however, was kind of peculiar. It was titled F. What did the F mean? And why did they choose a small Japanese girl in the 1960s as the protagonist? What was the purpose of this game? Well, we now have our answer from Metro and Game Central, Silent Hill F hands-on preview and interview. The F is for feminism. Yep, you heard that right. Silent Hill F is literally titled that for its supposed feminist angle. Immediately, this is a red flag. Wait, what? Really? Silent Hill feminism? That's the name of
Upload
Konami's
selected.
newest Silent Hill game?
Uploads.
Why would they do that?
Tab.
Well, it's more
Press pause
complicated
for
than
more
that.
items.
These interviews were also
Tool two.
conducted while speaking to Al Yang, that's a developer from NeoBards, which made the game of course, and Motoi Okamoto, who's the series general producer on Silent Hill. These same people were also interviewed at PC Gamer as well, and in case anyone just doubts that Silent Hill F is not about rampant feminism, well, here's PC Gamer's article, which also reads, Hinako Shimizu's arc in Silent Hill F is shaped by the Japanese women's rights movement of the 1960s, and depicts how she musters the courage to combat repression she encounters. Yep, I think it's safe to say that F really does stand for feminism. So Motoi Okamoto, that's the series producer again, explained this even further. The game follows the torments and turmoils of Hinako Shimizu, who is a repressed young woman. Hinako is an individual who's gone through a lot of repression, so there are a lot of things that are applying pressure to her. This is the source of many of her internal conflicts. The focus that we
Upload
place on the
selected.
story and for Hinako
Upload.
is how she musters the
Tab.
courage to combat
Press
that
pause for more
repression.
items.
So, while normally
Tool two.
this would cause me to run for the hills and never want to play this game ever because feminism is usually code, for this is going to be a talking down less disguised as a $70 product pretty much. The saving grace here at least is that Silent Hill is being made by Asian developers, and not a bunch of pink-haired feminists in America who think they're oppressed and grow their armpit hair because they think that's punk rock, I guess, and then wonder why no one wants to date them. At the very least, what Silent Hill is doing here is very authentically Japanese and centric to an era of Japan's history as a nation, which in this case is the 1960s. Although, there are still red flags causing my pattern recognition to fire off quite a bit, like where PC Gamer describes the game as seen here. It's established straight away that Hinako doesn't want to conform to what society views as her role as a subservient wife or daughter. And by the way, if you enjoy the content, please consider liking the video, subscribing, and all that other stuff. It helps a lot, thank you. But perhaps what they just said there,
Upload
maybe
selected.
that's just PC Gamer.
Upload.
After all, they are a
Tab.
Western publication
Press
that is
pause
publishing
for
their
more
own
items.
biases onto the game
Two.
without running this impression maybe by the series producer or devs. I don't know, I'm just guessing. But it really wouldn't surprise me that a westernized outlet like PC Gamer would take what a bunch of Japanese developers said, which was much more nuanced and layered, and then strip it for parts in order to push their moronic ideology again for the 50 millionth time. And pivoting for a second, this has become the case for a majority of video game adaptations as well. Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft came to Netflix and was quickly maligned by fans for completely forgetting what Tomb Raider was all about. After all, this show, which was not well received by Tomb Raider fans, led to infamous articles like this one from The Guardian in 2024. Goodbye, cartoon breasts. Hello, sweat stains. The feminist reinvention of Tomb Raider. Yeah, that is a real article. And you know they're cooked when they say this as a positive. Finally, Lara Croft no longer looks like a strong wind would knock her over. Netflix's new animated series boldly reimagines the adventurer with no thoughts to the male gaze. A strong wind would knock her over. The original Lara Croft was borderline a superhero. Lara Croft in her original debut games was also depicted as a femme fatale badass who fought dinosaurs and private military corporations. She was beautiful, fit, and dastardly smart to boot. She was not just everything a man would want, but honestly everything that women also aspire to be in their own lives too, an actual real feminist icon, not someone who a gust of wind would blow over, as they say. Because did I mention this Lara fought dinosaurs? Because she did, and that's the epitome of badass if you ask me. But this new Lara Croft in the Netflix show is slimmer, lacks any physical features that are exaggerated of course, and also, like any modern reinvention, Lara is now a lesbian because every main character that is a woman has to be gay now or you're labeled a bigot. Lara even has, and I'm not kidding, a gay black tokenized support character, and of course the bad guys are predominantly white men, because white men are the literal devil in everything made by modern westernized society now. Unfortunately, this Netflix Tomb Raider show will be getting a second season, maybe because people hate watched it, or Tomb Raider fans in general are just genuinely starved for any content about their favorite femme fatale. Regardless, the new Tomb Raider show is everything that is wrong with modern-day feminism because it treats men as if they're just stand-ins. They're just worthless sacks of meat meant only to exist for women to kill or manipulate for their own gain. Just don't tell these feminists that Lara Croft was made by men for men and it's because of men that these annoying activists even have the luxury to have the free time in the first place to complain about how repressed they are in the most free part of history ever. And it wasn't just Tomb Raider, it was Castlevania as well. Castlevania's first Netflix series was good, mostly I guess. It had a lot of issues, sure, but it was still a good time for the most part, especially the action scenes. It also smartfully at least made the men and women strong and able in its main cast. Although it too did the cardinal sin of trying to convey the faith of God as being evil somehow, which canonically in Castlevania that makes literally zero sense. Because in case you don't know, God's faith is quite literally what the Belmont are weaponizing through holy water and more to vanquish Dracula and his hordes. So that same level of westernized buffoonery was still present to some degree. But it got much worse in Castlevania Nocturne, which was a show set during the French Revolution in the 1780s and was a direct sequel to the first series. That show starred Richter Belmont, who is mostly portrayed as a bumbling male feminist who grovels to the women around him. He even at one point runs away, leaving his family to literally die because he gets scared of spooky monsters, and I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. This is also the same guy born from the DNA of Trevor Belmont, but you'd be hard-pressed to see the similarities at all. In actuality, of course, the real main character of Nocturne was Annette, who yet again was a feminist forced reimagining of a character from the video games. In case you don't know, this is Annette in the video games, the show that is based on, obviously. She's a fair-skinned blonde woman who dresses like a lady of that time period who doesn't obviously kill monsters because she is obviously not a Belmont. However, in Nocturne, Annette is now a black woman who has superpowers and kills monsters without remorse and gains her powers, and no, I'm not kidding, from her apparent ancestry to mystical powers involving deities like Ogud and Orunmila in order to turn Annette into her avatar of repressed racial justice. And these African deities have control over metal and earth, which allows Annette to now use her newfound powers, I guess, to escape slavery at the tender age of 16 and kill her white male oppressors. You go, girl, my god. Annette also rarely shows weakness, and besides her name, she has absolutely zero connections to the character that she's based on. She may as well have just been a new character with her own identity and name, and Annette could have just been a supporting character for Richter, I guess. But the creators of Nocturne decided they needed to give in to the modern audience. Therefore, Annette was now this all-encompassing, one-size-fits-all badass. To be honest, I only ever watched season 1 of Nocturne to completion, mostly because I was curious about it, and I found the season, which was thankfully short, to be a literal bludgeoning tool used by the creators to just tell me that all white straight men are bad and that all gay and people of color are good. Even the vampires who killed Richter's mom in the beginning are not actually all that bad because they only did what they did because white men threatened them all after all. And to be real with you, I refused to watch season 2 out of principle alone, but by researching it, it doesn't seem like much changed at all. And as of now anyways, a potential Season 3 has not, thankfully, been greenlit to Netflix for Nocturne, which, honestly, doesn't surprise me at all. The second season debuted in January 2025. As seen here, the creators of the show are hopeful for a renewal. But now, well over half a year later, and there has been no formal announcements from Netflix pretty much, which tells me exactly what I guessed. Which was that Nocturne Season 1 was only successful due to the goodwill of the previous series, and people were just hoping to see the bloodline of Belmont be given that same level of treatment. Instead, they were tricked and coaxed into a show about the Belmont line being filled with babies who cry at the sight of vampires, and race-swapped feminist-infused superheroes who can magically use powers that only came about when a white man threatens them with slavery, apparently. Yep, it's all so tiresome, but this is how feminism has, rotted out video games, unfortunately. It's never really been about coexisting, or giving the viewers, or maybe the players, a solid story, or genuinely thought-provoking experience. Instead, many of these feminist future-first experiences are instead just playgrounds, if you will, for livid, oppressed millennials. To instead act out their unresolved traumas by wasting millions of dollars because they all refuse to see a therapist and want the world to feel as pathetic as they do. I never really understood how millennials could feel that way. I'm one of them after all. I mean, our entire period of being alive was full of great male and female coexisting examples of strong characters. April O'Neil was a great example of strong female empowerment in the Ninja Turtles series. She was also always a redheaded, white woman bombshell, and you can exactly pinpoint when and where April's representation got taken over by those millennials just by looking at when her design clearly, suddenly changed. It's not the only thing that got ruined. An obvious example, of course, is The Witcher on Netflix. Oh boy, here we go. A show that had a lot of promise. Hell, they managed to convince even Henry Cavill of all people to become Geralt the White Wolf. And that first season, while very imperfect, it did have moments of brilliance, I'll give it. But then came the rest of the show, and it got so bad and the forced feminist angle so obvious that the show largely stopped being about what people were clearly watching for, which was Henry Cavill as Geralt and not a bunch of women we don't care about. Not to mention the amount of characters who were blatantly being race-swapped from being white to literally anything else, just to appease activists and the writers at Netflix and not the actual audience of The Witcher and the books and especially the games. Philippa, for example, was black now. Fringilla was black as well. Even Triss Merigold, who's supposed to be a redhead with green eyes and freckled, she got race-swapped too. That's not even to mention Blood Origin. That was a series-defining abomination where Netflix's writers decided to over-explain The Witcher's world and ruin its canon, while also trying to inject even more diversity where it made absolutely zero sense. For example, Ciri's ancestor was revealed to be this random black elven woman because clearly, looking at these two side by side, they are definitely related. I mean, come on, it's uncanny, isn't it? Of course, the pale-skinned, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Polish-looking girl is a direct descendant of this woman. Feminism, yeah, it ruined The Witcher for sure. And it got so bad that Henry Cavill left the show and nobody could really blame him for that decision. I mean, the show had completely forgotten what it was even about anymore, and now what should have been Netflix's Game of Thrones was now going to end far quicker than originally intended. All because the writers at Netflix couldn't help themselves to not bastardize the source material and inject as much modern-day feminism as they could into everything that they could touch. Every story, no matter the property, would eventually be ruined, transformed, or mutated because of these activists. No matter how much goodwill they could create at first, they will always ruin it at some point. I also just hate how generic they made The Witcher show look, but I have more things to get into this video that are more important. Like in terms of video games, we can even go look at the Gears of War franchise. What was once a franchise all about masculine men shooting down freakazoid creatures with chainsaw assault rifles eventually bent the knee as well. Gears of War 5, or Gears 5 as they put it, if you didn't know, stars a woman and relegated a lot of the men to being second in the story. And coincidentally, Gears 5 also stars none other than Laura Bailey as Kate Diaz because, of course, someone who routinely tends to play very feminist-driven characters in many other games. After all, she also played Mary Jane Watson in the Insomniac Spider-Man games. We'll get there, trust me. But let's just stay on Gears 5 because that was the first game in that series to star a woman. And for a series that routinely sold in the millions and had a very large male player base, Microsoft suddenly became silent when it came to Gears 5 sales numbers. Because suddenly, it mattered before, but now, sales numbers, those don't matter at all. I mean, you even had articles like this from PC Games, stating that, yeah, sure, Gears 5 sold like absolute garbage, but it was very successful on Game Pass, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you mean the service that in recent years has proven to be
Upload
crippling
selected.
innovation and ruining
Upload.
franchises? And series so badly that
Press
even
pause for more
Microsoft and many
items.
game companies have
Choose
now had to
two.
come out and admit that Game Pass is bad for business. Wow, who could have guessed that? And articles upon articles that have been written where developers have just stood up saying just how bad Game Pass is for the future of video games. The cope was insane, guys. Gears 5 may have done well on Game Pass because nobody had to buy it to play it there, but the actual sales numbers of the game were proof alone that nobody clearly wanted to play as a woman in a leading role in a series that was definitely meant for men. It was The Force Awakens all over again, and it's no wonder that Gears Reloaded, which recently hit PlayStation already, surpassed 1 million. A game where you play mostly only men, besides multiplayer, I guess. You could play a woman there if you want, but I mean, why would you? Just play as Marcus Phoenix. But what do I know? I'm a man. But it's also no surprise, given the loss of sales of Gears 5, that instead of just doing Gears 6, the Coalition then pivoted and instead went to making a prequel game where you play as Marcus and Dom again. Clearly because they got spooked by the sales and they want people to come back, and they're jingling them in front of you like keys, like Marcus and Dom. You remember them,
Upload
right? You
selected.
like them. Please don't leave.
Upload.
Because I guarantee you, when they saw the sales figures of
Press
Gears
pause
5
for
and
more
knew
items.
that if they weren't owned by
Choose two.
Microsoft already, that they would have absolutely been gutted by the studio at the kneecaps for the sales of that game alone. And as I've been saying, okay, feminism in the Western sense at least, let's just be honest, it has been devastating for many franchises because all of these games and these shows and whatnot are all being created to appease to the wrong audiences. You even had movies like Terminator Dark Fate, which tried to do this as well, essentially soft rebooting the series by putting a bunch of women in it and making it lame. They even went as far as retconning John Connor as the savior because, let's be real, he's a straight white male, and that means he's a devil. They genuinely added a scene where John Connor is flat out zeroed by an Uncanny Valley version of Arnold, only then to replace John in the future in that same movie with a woman of color who fits the exact same role that John already was there for, but she's better because she's a woman and not a white man, of course, because again, white men are the devil. And the box office for that movie, it was really bad. It was being called a disaster,
Upload
which was,
selected.
yeah, that was putting it lightly.
Upload.
But it was yet another
Tab.
franchise made clearly
pause
for
for
men
more
that was
items.
also pivoting and
Choose
trying to
two.
force feminism down an audience that in 2019 was completely sick of that tired everything needs feminism formula already. And it's only worsened since years later, to the point now where people just flat out ignore anything that has a female character in it for the most part as the main character. I mean, Ballerina, that bombed earlier this year too. It's not even that that film was necessarily full of feminism, but it was just simply pattern recognition for millions of people worldwide. To put it as simple as possible, okay? People are completely sick of female-led movies, games, or shows, unless it's maybe like a romance TV show or something that's catered specifically at women. But taking what is so clearly male-dominated and as a space pretty much, and then trying to make them for anyone but men, has been nothing short of disastrous and has lost these people billions of dollars in the process. Imagine thinking that it was a good idea to tell a bunch of young men, you're all worthless, you're all nothing pretty much, you don't matter, when they do matter, but clearly they don't care about that, they just wanted to
Upload
push the
selected.
feminism angle. It's not like
Upload.
men don't want women in
Tab.
their games, it depends
Press
really on the
pause for more
context.
items.
After all, Stellar Blade, which
Choose
stars a
two.
woman, sold very well. It became a hit both on PlayStation 5 and PC. And its sequel is currently in development, and due to Stellar Blade and Nike, or Nike, however you say, which are both made and owned by Shift Up, which made those games in case you don't know, its owner, Kim Hyung-tae, has become one of the richest men in South Korea due to their success. Kim, that's the guy here in the red jacket, is now worth $725 million, all because he decided to cater to what men wanted in male-dominated spaces, and gave men what they wanted to see in these experiences. Even Wuchang Fallen Feathers, despite its controversy, surged past 100,000 players on release on Steam alone. That game, which starred another beautiful Chinese woman as a titular character, was a great game that I loved. I genuinely thought that it was a great game to play. I mean, I beat it twice in quick succession, spent around 80 hours on it, and I 100%ed it. I had no problems playing as a woman in either Wu Chang or Stellar Blade because the people behind these games were not forcing feminism down my throat. Instead, they smartfully were giving me attractive women to play as instead, which worked in their favor. So it's not necessarily because people are sick of women, but maybe it's just how they're depicted that's the problem. But it's misogynistic, I hear them say. You only want to play them because they're attractive women. You wouldn't say the same about Life is Strange and its main character. And, yes, you're right. That's right. I fully admit my bias. I don't want to play as a genderqueer activist who looks like a boy in a video game. I fully admit that, and I don't care what you think about me if I say that. Because you know what? I don't want to play as a raging feminist moron who hates men in video games. I like playing as women when they look good. And don't scream at me 24/7 telling me that I'm a bigot or I'm worthless or I should end myself. I mean, Horizon as a series was tiring too because, again, it was the same forced messaging that appears in every other game or example that I showed in this video too. In case you don't know, Aloy, originally anyways, was not canonically into anybody, but was suddenly made lesbian canon-wise in the Forbidden West DLC. Why? You know damn well why, because they want to push a narrative. They even made a point to say that Aloy's original ancestor was also lesbian. Or the clone, or she's a clone. Well, who cares? Doesn't matter. The main villain also of the second game in the Horizon series is the literal disgruntled ex-girlfriend of Aloy's original version, and no, I'm not even kidding. And then if it's not Horizon pushing a woman on you, it's The Last of Us with Ellie, who's again a lesbian, because of course she is. And if it isn't either of those two, it's Ghost of Yotei, again, pushing another woman onto players. Oh boy, 3 times in a row, imagine that. I mean, jury's still out if she's gay, but considering the actor behind Atsu in Ghost of Yotei is a literal raging feminist activist herself, I'm gonna probably wager that Atsu is 100% also a lesbian too, based on pattern recognition alone. I mean, even Naoe in Shadows is canonically lesbian because no main female character can be attracted to men anymore. It's borderline brainwashing messaging at its core, as if all of these people are trying to push a narrative that the last thing a woman needs is a man in her life. It has absolutely grown tiresome. It's no wonder the games that actually win Game of the Year at the big shows are completely devoid of this sort of nonsense. It's no wonder why people hated Spider-Man 2. I said we would get to it, and we are, because Mary Jane Watson, among other things, was also a raging feminist, who at one point gets turned into Scream by Venom and then proceeds to quite literally scream at Peter during a boss fight about how worthless he is, he can't pay the bills, and emasculates him while ignoring the fact that the guy is literally Spider-Man and saves people every single day because he can.
You can't keep a job. You can't pay the mortgage.
I have a job with Harry. It'll be okay.
And for how long? There's only one job you care about. Spider-Man.
It's not fair. People need me. You know that.
What would the city do without Spider-Man? Look how it's doing with you. You always come second. I live in your shadow where my dreams turn to dust.
Remember your book? You said you want to help people.
Nobody read it.
Wow, and it's no wonder also that Crystal Dynamics, which has done their hardest to turn Tomb Raider into a feminist franchise, has recently faced layoffs with Perfect Dark getting canceled at Xbox. Who could have guessed another game which showed the main character who looked like a man with long hair with a crimson chin, which then immediately fired the neurons in millions of male players' brains across the planet upon seeing that, telling them that Perfect Dark was 1000% going to be yet another feminist franchise where the main character is again a raging lesbian who shoots only men and only has people of color as friends. I guarantee you when Perfect Dark's design documents eventually leak that everything I just said will be true. I would honestly wager if the main girl in that game too probably also has a gay male guy in the chair kind of thing. Or maybe they're they, them, non-binary, but they're either one of those. It has to be, because it's all so tiresome. It's predictable. The games industry, the movie industry, TV and streaming, all of them have been ruined, bastardized, and morphing the landscape of media, and they have ruined so many potential franchises for generations, all in the name of activism and radical feminism, and no, it is not working. And oh god, how could I forget mentioning Dragon Age Veilguard in this video too? Another franchise completely crippled, and then thrown to the wolves because the people involved couldn't help themselves but make everyone pansexual. That's real, by the way, look it up, I am not lying about that. And even force weirdos like Tosh down everyone's throats, because nothing says maturity like basing your entire character questline around being non-binary when the world has far bigger problems like literal gods terraforming the environment around them and ruining the future through magic. I could also talk about The Last of Us TV show, but since I spoke about that recently in a video, I'll save us both a headache. But yep, that's another great example too. But I think this video is exhaustive enough with examples. But circling this all the way back to what inspired this, which was Silent Hill F for feminism, I think it's safe to say that video games, and by proxy cross-media involving said games, has been disastrous for the overall industry and its reach. As the interviews surrounding Silent Hill feminism, I guess, stated, the reason why we arrived in the 1960s is because this is an era that represents female repression in Japanese society. The 1960s were a time when this type of repression was prevalent, but it was also one of the hallmark eras in Japanese history for women's rights movements. My hope for Silent Hill feminism is that despite it clearly having a massive red flag as a source of its entire game, that they, as in the Japanese developers making this game, are hopefully able to realize the uphill battle they have now placed themselves in by now admitting that they're making a whole game about the suffering of women in the 1960s. However, if this game was in the hands of, say, Western developers, we would probably just have another Veilguard on our hands. But hopefully these Asian devs can take something nuclear like this and make something special out of it. Who knows? But based on the track record of the industry regarding this topic, I can't lie when I say that I'm pretty skeptical that they will be able to land this, given that they literally named their game Silent Hill Feminism pretty much, which is still insane to me, but to find out that that's true. Look, I'm sure the game reviewers will love it for the obvious reasons that we could all admit, but I do wonder when the industry will finally just take the hits that people in general are just sick of feminism talking points in their entertainment at large. Because I don't care how many race swap sweat pit stains you put on Lara Croft or franchises you ruin by gender swapping because you think it'll make you money when it never does. But that the ultimate truth, the dark truth if you will, is that modern feminism has absolutely ruined and rotted out the core of almost everything that it touches. And until the people in charge realize that they're effectively dumping radioactive waste on everything that they make and then get confused why nobody is buying their products, we'll keep ourselves in the same disastrous cycle for years to come. Oh, that was a lot, but what do you think? Has feminism ruined video games? Could it ever be a net positive? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. My voice is giving out. This video was a lot of work to make, so please subscribe and all that other YouTube jazz. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.
Reflected in the stories they consume. This is not necessarily about replacing straight characters, but about adding more diversity to the media landscape. Man-hating tropes. The man-hating you identify is often interpreted by others as a reaction to past and present societal issues. Instead of being a literal hatred of all men, it can be a way of exploring themes like female empowerment. Characters
Successful shindig doesn't happen by
patriarchal systems or male
accident.
characters who embody those systems.
Walmart Plus members get free delivery on more than just groceries, so I can order a Gouda and a good time! Who knew? Become a member who knows better with Walmart Plus.
Certain male behaviors or societal norms. Critique of
Who gives you a break to keep you covered?
Yeah, whether it's on your car insurance.
Or I'm taking a break from being the auto tune guy.
men and women.
For a great low rate, go with the General.
Is a common sentiment
Uploads.
among those who feel the media
Tab.
is now overcorrecting.
Press cross for more
Such as
items.
whether the current trend is
2
a
of 2.
temporary rebalancing or a new form of exclusion. Proponents of the changes argue that
To Dawn of the New Earth and Happy Halloween. My name is Morg. I'm an ex-Christian revealing hidden information to transform the world and consciousness. And today we are talking about vampires. Are vampires actually real? And this is actually very fascinating. The answer is probably not what you think it is. And so we're going to be exploring a lot of different ideas of vampires that actually exist today. And we'll even be doing a vampire test that you can take to see if you are indeed a vampire. But I think most interestingly, we're going to be taking a look at this secret order called the Kemetic Order of Aset Ka, which is actually extremely fascinating. So we're going to be taking a look at all this and more right now. It's going to be good, my friends. Are you ready? Are you ready to begin? Let's do it. As always, remember, if you enjoy my work, please like and subscribe and become a member. It helps out a lot. And you get access to our members-only videos, our Discord server, depending on what tier you select. So just hit the join button below to see all the different tiers and levels. It helps out very much. And I want to also let you know that my 5th book is now available for pre-order. Psychogenesis, Self and Universal Transformation. This is one of my favorites. This goes into inner star actualization, which is about actualizing the self, hyper-awareness, which is achieving the highest level of consciousness, and will forming, which is about giving form to what you will, transforming your life, transforming the world, etc. So this is available for pre-order right now. I'm really excited about this one. It's one, like I said, one of my favorites. If you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, check out Neogenesis: Dawn of the New Mind. That's book number 1. And you can get that as an audiobook as well. The links for all of that are in the description of this video. And you'll also find in the description of this video a link to my Spotify channel, where you can follow me on Spotify, called Dawn of the New Earth. All right, my friends, let's get started. So today we're answering the question, are vampires actually real? The answer is probably not what you think it is. We're going to be exploring several different ideas of vampires that exist today, and even doing a vampire test that you can take to see if you are actually a vampire. Now, the first kind of vampires that actually exist are probably the ones that you are most familiar with. Most of you probably know about these kinds of vampires. These are psychic vampires. Psychic vampires, you probably know them from the show What We Do in the Shadows. I haven't seen very many episodes of that, just a couple, but I saw the psychic vampire, and yes, he's very funny. He's probably my favorite character. Anyway, but one thing that you might not know about psychic vampires is that Anton LaVey, the founder of the Satanic Church and LaVeyan Satanism and author of the Satanic Bible, actually coined the term psychic vampire. At least he claims to have coined the term psychic vampire, and he discusses them in the Satanic Bible. So let's take a quick look at what Anton LaVey has to say about psychic vampires, and then we're going to move on and go deeper and deeper and deeper into this and see what else is out there. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to discussing this order of a set. It's very, very cool stuff. But let's first see what Anton LaVey just had to say about psychic vampires. LaVey says, and this is quoting from the Satanic Bible, many people who walk the earth practice the fine art of making others feel responsible and even indebted to them without cause. Satanism observes these leeches in their true light. Psychic vampires are individuals who drain others of their vital energy. So LaVeyan Satanism, or LaVey's view, is not very positive when it comes to vampires.
Saints Row, the third remastered.
Oh, I wish I had. The hell?
Did you not see me?
Individual happiness achieved.
So do you have any plans, or are we just gonna stay here all night?
I don't want to go there for lunch again.
Every day should be this nice.
I can do what I want.
At least I admit I'm a whore. I'm glad we finally made plans to get together.
Come on, it's just love. We should not be serious.
My agent needs to stop booking me for video games. That shit is vocally distressful.
No, I can't be joining too much party.
Every day should be this nice. Oh, I wish I had her ass.
We are seriously interested.
Hey, what's your hurry? Oh, fuck me. I'm having an okay time. What about you?
Individual happiness achieved.
I hate to leave. I'll kiss anything to make it better. At least I admit I'm a whore. Something smells real good. Ah, what a great day.
We need to get even more drunk.
Whose turn is it to buy drink? The hell? I hate to leave.
Then call him and see if he wants to come to lunch.
Don't you judge me. Ah, what a great day.
Come on, it's just lunch, nothing serious.
Finally, a break from all that.
No, I can't do Chinese for lunch twice.
I hate to leave. But anything, anywhere, baby. I'm having an okay time. What about you?
Come on, it's just lunch, nothing serious.
I'll bet you're delicious, honey.
Murder bro, shit when I was growing up, we didn't have murder bro. We had broomsticks and packs of wild bubbles. We made our own fun.
Saints
One.
Row, the third remastered.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh, I wish I had her.
6,
They would move for a bullet.
7, and 8. Blood splatters in this damn place.
Stop recording. Take script. Save recently create. Play. Share. Share selected. The on-screen back. S capital field start.
Anything to make it better.
T W S S D G T O E E E D F J L L O P P O O U T R O T T space G A K L O P P O U G H A Y T E E backspace E H D F O E R F A A N A Y T G A A Y U O U U E D F F E E space D F A N B B G
What you think is a
L
better album
L
title?
O
Pierceaholic
O
or the
O
Pierce
Y
Periods?
R F D D space S F D F H F O P P O L F A F S A A F F R O T backs R T O E R space F D F F F H F O P O O T T G F F S done. YouTube enter Steelport Penthouse blood splatter spots. Input field. Private and upload. Recently created. Saints Row, the third remastered.
A break from all that fighting.
Then call him and see if he wants to come to lunch.
I can go as long as you want. Oh, I wish I had her.
Whose turn is it to buy drinks?
I remember when this first came out with Joe Cola. Tastes like old toilet water laced with cocaine.
Being alone is better. No, I can't do Chinese for lunch twice.
Hey!
I feel like people are ignoring me.
Shit!
The bomb. Oh, crap. What a great day. I wish Pierce Washington would walk in. She's watching. I
Individual
feel it.
happiness achieved.
eating dinner.
Every day should be this now.
I'll be looking forward to this.
Just like in the
Murder Bro. Shit, when I was growing up, we didn't have Murder Bro. We had broomsticks and packs of water. We made our own fun.
Don't worry, I'm clean.
Keep it up.
Get these hoes out of my house. Fucking idiots. Sexually depraved idiots.
Hope my makeup's okay.
We are seriously the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
Go there for lunch again. Oh, it's just lunch, nothing serious.
Gotta check the basement. I swear to Zeus if I find any of these motherfuckers down in the basement. Check out that basement.
This is the bomb. Something smells real good.
What the?
Hey!
I win again.
How many of these motherfucking hoes I gotta fucking off?
I could be alone forever.
Fucking numbskulls.
I love this.
Better not see another one of these motherfuckers around here.
We could meet tomorrow too.
Take what you want from the corpse. No, I can't do Chinese for lunch twice. No one should be without bloodstains. Then call him and see if he wants to come to lunch.
Can't you take anything seriously? Oh my God, don't leave me!
I don't want to go there for lunch again.
Yes, she'll kill me. You? Don't worry. We'll have our revenge. Do that again, and you're getting a receipt.
No possible way of beating us all. You have no
My agent stopped booking me for video games.
Always win. Now's the time to fight. Oh. You better not shit. You took it too far.
The hell?
Want to fight all of us?
What a great day.
I need, you know, you're real good at pissing me off.
Want to fight all of us?
Tell your God hello from me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go there for lunch again.
I hate to leave.
No, I can't do Chinese for lunch twice. But we need to get even more drunk.
I can't believe you think this is funny. You had your chance. Stop.
What you think is a better album title? Pierceaholic or the Pierce Pyrenees?
Oh no, look out. You.
Murder bro. Growing up, we didn't have we had
Oh, shit. Oh. Shit. Here comes Vito. Everybody take it.
Every day should be this last.
We don't It'll be like you never existed.
There's no sense in hiding.
My agent needs to stop booking me for video games. That shit is vocally distressful.
Oh, we could meet tomorrow
Come out.
too.
Come out, wherever you are. I don't want to go there for lunch again.
Ah!
screenshot to move. Press the left and right. Saints Row, the third remastered. Take screenshot to save. Last 15 seconds. Button.